CRB has a solid reputation in the Centerfire world, but they've recently started making Rimfire blanks. Today, we're going to see how they hold up. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Shoot More. If you're new, welcome. If you've seen some of the other content and you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Today we are testing a new blank to the Rimfire world, manufactured by none other than CRB. For full transparency, Mark at Radix Precision did reach out and ask if I'd be willing to test one of these Rimfire barrels. He is a big supporter of what CRB does on the Centerfire side, so when they announced they were coming out with the Rimfire stuff, he reached out to me and we set up a plan to get one in my hands and be able to test it for you all to see how they perform. So now that we've got all of that out of the way, let's talk about the barrel itself. I'm running a 25-inch finish length comp contour. It's a 4-groove 16 twist rimfire barrel. It does have the Radix match chamber and it is on my RimX. If you notice, this is my comp gun. I actually changed the barrels out and I've been shooting this year, so it's got a couple hundred rounds down the pipe already. It is sufficiently seasoned, I think, at this point, and it actually led me to a 3rd place finish at the Twisted Qualifier, which the video will be coming out in maybe a weekend or two. Even though I've had the opportunity to shoot it a bunch at matches in practice, I've not really put it on paper to see what it would do with a bunch of different lots of ammo, so that's what we're going to be focusing on in this video. I'm not trying to chase a perfect target or manipulate the results by picking lots of ammo that I know it's going to shoot. I'm not even including the lot of Tenex that I've been shooting in the matches in this test. I went to my drawer of ammo that I've got from all of the different lot testing I've done from the last 8 months or so, and I picked 8 different boxes of ammo. And I've actually got one surprise that came in. It's the new version of the Eley Ultra Long Range that they just released. I was able to grab a couple boxes of it, so I decided to throw that into the mix as well. I asked Mark what his chamber typically prefers, and he said most of the people that buy barrels from him run Lapua, but he said that there's nothing stopping from Eley from shooting. He's just had more experience and feedback from the Lapua side of the fence. The reason I decided to start with Eley is because Lapua is unobtainium right now. You can't find it anywhere. When you can find it, it's super inflated on price. Even Eley's getting hard to find, but you can realistically find it considerably easier than you can Lapua right now, so that's where we're starting. This is likely part 1 of the test. I do want to test Lapua in this barrel, but I just don't have enough of it to really be able to do a video right now. And I also want to see if we can stretch it out a little bit further, maybe 100 or 200 yard groups. Things get a little bit trickier there because there's a lot of different factors at play with both shooter performance and environmentals. So that's why I've decided to just try 50 yards today, and then in a later edition of the video, we can stretch things further out. I think that's anything that's relevant right now. Let's go ahead and head to the range and start shooting. So we are at the range. We've got 4 lots of Eley match and 4 lots of Eley Tenex. For the black box, the Eley match, the slowest speeds 1044, 1061, 1073, 1079. And Eley Tenex 1054, 63, 68, and 83. I do also have a box of the Ultra Long Range 2.0. They just released it, but this is the first time I'm shooting it, so I think it will be interesting to see how it does in comparison to the match and the Tenex. I do have a chrono set up. I know the information you get from 5-shot group isn't really holistic of the entire picture, but we only got so much time, and I don't think you guys want to watch a 3-hour ammo testing video. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to load up our 1044 here and start shooting. Make sure I'm square to the rifle here. Eley match 1044. We're going to start on the top left. That's pretty freaking good. Just to call out, the barrel was cleaned last night. I did put 10 foulers down it this morning of a different lot of Eley match, just something else that I had. Next up, we've got 1061 of the Eley match. Gonna go to the next target over. Was that 5? That was 5. All right, on to the next. We've got 1073. Rifle is level. I don't know that I'm mad at any of these groups so far. It is very humid today, only about 80 right now, but the humidity is up there, so the paper is tearing kind of weird. Not much I can do about that. I tried to use the target with the best type of paper that I had. All right, up next, 1079 Eley match. This is our last box of Eley match for the test. Get natural point of aim set. Oop, that one squeaked out. Still not a bad group though. Honestly, all of those are really, really good. Okay, that does it for our Eley match. Let's move on to the Tenex. First up is 1054. I am curious in this barrel if the numbers that we get on the chrono are more consistent than the match. I know in that last barrel I had, the Ace, the Tenex was considerably more consistent overall. 1054 is first group. Two. Oh, it doesn't like this blot. Well, that's the worst group that we've shot today, by far, from what I can tell looking in the scope. Next up is 1063. So I've been shooting this barrel in matches now for the last probably 2 months, and I'm really impressed with it. So this was the second box, which is 1063. That's better. All right, so that was 1063. Going on to 1068 next. Second row, third target. Oop. Does not like that lot. 1068 is a no-go. Last up for the 10X, we have 1083. All right, on to the last box on that second row. Stuff is fast. Well, ironically enough, the match definitely outshot the Tenex. There's one group of Tenex in there that doesn't look bad. The other three are not really what you want. Let's go ahead and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll load up 10 rounds of this Eley long range because I'm curious. And then we'll load up 10 rounds of, what do you say, that first lot that we shot of the Eley match? We'll do a couple 10-round groups and see if they hold together with the match or not. But first up, we're gonna load up the Eley long range. I think this stuff was recalled when they first released it. They were having consistency issues. People were not happy with the performance at all. I didn't get to shoot it before they recalled it, so this is my first experience with it. We'll do a 5-shot group, and then maybe we'll do a 10-shot with the Eley Ultra as well. Wow. Was that 5? That was 5. Let's just go ahead and send it on 10. We've got them loaded. That one squeaked out. That was 10. That's really not a bad 10-shot group, I don't think. Standard deviation of 5.6, extreme spread at 18.4, average velocity of 86.8. That's pretty impressive. Okay. We'll load up 10 here of this 1044, since that seemed to be one of the better performing lots from the day. And we'll shoot a 10 rounder and see how that goes. Oops, too fast. Oops, there it was. That just doubled our extreme spread. Maybe not doubled, but I wasn't keeping a good eye on it, but it definitely increased our extreme spread and dropped out of the group. Yeah, that group's just walking, man. Let's go ahead and pull the targets. We'll head back to the house, get measurements, and we will wrap things up there. All right, so we're back from the range. I've had some time to measure the targets, and here's how things shook out. So I've got my notes here. We shot 10 groups total. 8 were 5-shot groups, and then 2 10-shot groups. The 5-shot groups averaged a .296. Smallest group was a .164, and the largest group was a .499. Only 2 of those groups were what I'd really call unacceptable. The rest of them were pretty good. The new Eley Ultra Long Range turned in a .316 10-shot group at 50 yards. I was actually pretty impressed with that. I did run one of the better lots of match in a 10-shot group as well, and it opened up. It's just part of Rimfire, honestly. That's why you can't deem an ammunition match worthy after only 1 or 2 5-shot groups. For this to be CRB's first push into the Rimfire world, this is one heck of a first impression. All the ammo that I picked was just random lots that didn't get picked because it didn't shoot well enough in other barrels. So realistically, we're kind of setting this thing up to have a hard time, and it absolutely shined. One of the things I want to point out, and I don't have the data here on my spreadsheet, I'll go ahead and add it when I'm editing. I was keeping an eye on the SD and the ES, and I'll put that information here. This barrel was really consistent. When I was testing this ammo in my old barrel, I was disqualifying these lots purely on the ES being high. You can see here, I know these are 5-shot groups. The numbers would probably increase the more you shoot, but even for a 5-shot group, the numbers show a lot of promise. There is still more to do though. I definitely want to see how this thing handles Lapua. So as soon as I can get my hands on more variety of what they offer, I think we'll be back with a part 2. And like I said, I do want to stretch it out and shoot it at some further distances. So the question we posed at the beginning of this video is, do these Rimfire blanks hold up? Based on the outcome of this video and my experiences with it in match conditions, unequivocally my answer is yes. If you're in the market for a new Rimfire barrel, I highly recommend checking out the CRB blanks. If you're looking for a gunsmith, please reach out to Mark at Radix. He's a great dude. He'll answer any and all questions you might have. He's very knowledgeable, and he truly does love his craft, and I think you'll see that through your conversation with him. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Also curious, I kind of want to try RWS out of this, but that's even harder to get than Lapua right now. So maybe that can be a part 3 if that ever makes its way back to the States. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you next time. Thanks again.